All aboard, it's Jang here with a look at a Playmobil Freight Train set. RC, remote controlled freight train set at that. And I've really been looking forward to this because this is going to finally make my train themed intro make some sense. You see, I really like trains. I like any kind of trains. I have since I was a kid. I've never really been able to get into them to the level that I've wanted to. I'm trying to make up for that now, and here we go, getting started with trains in Playmobil. This set comes with one freight locomotive, one low side car with 3 containers in it. It comes with 2 figures. Of course, it has the controller for the whole train, and it gives you enough track to form a full oval that is a little less than 5 feet by 4 feet in dimension. Before I get into any details, I want to address the size of this thing, because I'm sure that a lot of folks who aren't familiar with Playmobil trains just won't understand exactly how big this is. It's very impressive in size. I'm an adult, over 6 feet tall, and I was impressed by the size of this thing. I know a lot of my viewers on this channel have been familiar with another toy system, so maybe this will help you to understand the scale of the thing just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the finer details of what we get here. Let's start off with a look at the locomotive, the most important thing. A lot of these details are done in advance for you, so there's really not a lot of assembly required for this thing. Couple stickers on the top for this kind of diamond plating, but all this stuff here on the side, all the numbers and the lettering, that's all pre-applied, and for the most part the thing comes ready to roll just out of the package. You need to add in your AA batteries into a battery pack, and that's just about it. Also batteries for the controller. It's got handrails along the sides, but for most of that it's just for looks. You can't really set up your figures there very realistically, because see, unless it's, I guess you can make them lean off the side like that, but the feet aren't really touching the ground. Where that does work with the handrails though is over here on the side. If you get him down on a lower step, it kind of makes it look like he's kind of hanging off the side or going up, and you can kind of get that to work here on that upper step, but it's a little bit tough. But that does give kind of a good look of the person hanging off to the side. Not a whole lot of detail to the whole thing. From the outside, you can access the inner cab though, open up the top, and then that has plenty of space for 2 figures to sit or to stand in there very comfortably. And they give you a couple of consoles that are pretty nicely well detailed, and a couple of hand holds so you can make your figure look like he or she is at the controls for real. And this thing has some interesting features to it beyond just going forward and backwards. This here is the controller, and it's a newer style of controller. It uses 2.4 gigahertz band. So it's a very high wireless data band that can be used. It's much, much better than the old 27 megahertz stuff that's been used by most remote controlled or radio controlled toys in the past. This has a stronger signal, it goes farther, it's less susceptible to interference from things like lights and radios and TVs and other stuff, so it's a lot better than the norm and what's been used in the past. Also, this doesn't just have one radio channel like the old Playmobil 27 megahertz stuff always did. You can have several kids playing with 27 megahertz radios. You can have several kids playing with these exact trains, and you can just have it auto-select a different channel. That just means that you can have multiple things on the same radio frequencies not clashing, because they will basically synchronize between the controller and the specific train. There's a couple of buttons for that. Let me turn this on, and okay, this is on now. This is on. This is your forward and reverse control. We're only on to a little bit of track right now, so I'm not really going to take it off. I'll do that on the full track, but you can turn the lights on and off remotely. You see you've got the rear lights there, also rear lights there. It depends upon which direction you're going to be moving. So let's just give that just a little bit wrong way, this way. There you go. See, the lights actually turn. So if it's coming towards you, the lights are going to be white towards the front, whatever direction you're moving. It also has a nice horn sound. Let me get the microphone closer to it so you can hear that really well. kind of a low fidelity thing, but it's really fun to it's just fun to get that realistic sound. And it has an engine sound that does a startup procedure and a normal running procedure. And then you're good to go. Here's your low side car with the 3 cargo containers. Those are all separate and removable. They also are openable. So you can get these things actually towards the end. Just open that up. You can put anything inside of there. It's even watertight. So if you want to put something wet or liquids in there, it's not going to be a danger of spilling. Fits in there nicely, kind of locks into place a little bit. They have little rails where the things will stay in there, and you can take those out and just use this normally like this. Put anything in there. Use it to carry absolutely anything. And if you want to make it even look more flat and give yourself more room, it's got these little locks on the sides, and that will allow you to turn down the sides and also the ends to get full access to it. And there's one additional step. If you don't want to have those on there at all, it's kind of a modular design. You can actually pull these side pieces off and have it be just completely a regular flat car. Lastly, the set comes with 2 Playmo figures, and one of them has the round head to attach, or the round hair to attach a hat. Got a little railway track there with the PM for Playmobil. These are the train specific vests they've got on. This guy here has a walkie-talkie or radio in his hand, and in the other hand is a whistle. So that's going to be for, communicating out to the guy if he's not able to get good communication, or if he's not speaking by voice and just giving regular signals, or if he's having to give signals to other vehicles or other trains that are working nearby just for the sake of safety. And that's it. That's all that you get with this set. Of course, you do get the track. Let's go ahead and see the train on the track. Let's go ahead and go through the startup procedure and we get this thing rolling. The controls are variable speed, so you can make the train just roll along at a very slow, basic, safe speed to start with if you want. Next, I'm going to ramp it up to more of a medium cruising speed. And now here's a look at full speed with a fresh battery charge. How long this will go on a battery charge really completely depends upon how you play with the thing and how you run it. If you run it slow and steady, it'll go a lot longer than if you run it fast and then stop, and then accelerate and then go fast and then stop a lot. So it really depends on how you do it. Also depends upon what batteries you use. You have to supply your own batteries. I very strongly recommend that you use rechargeable batteries with the highest capacity possible to really maximize your value, so play can go on for a long time, and when you run out of charge, you don't have to go out and buy new batteries. So for me, a very fun, enjoyable introduction to the wide world of Playmobil trains that have been going around for quite some time. I of course could wish for more cars. You think of trains, you think of a train, you think of a full length of a whole bunch of cars. Unfortunately, these things are pretty expensive. However, when I compare the prices of a Playmobil train set today to hobby grade train equipment today, there's just no comparison whatsoever. What you get here on a value basis compared to going to something higher end, to something more serious, it's quite an impressive comparison. You're not getting the level of detail of the hobby level stuff, but for kids, this is great. It's really playable, it's really durable, it's really safe with the plastic tracks and just the remote control system and everything being built to last. This is really a very good thing, and I can really see these things lasting for a long time. I have There's nothing that I can say bad about this. I could wish for only more of what we have here, and therefore you will be seeing more from me of Playmobil trains in the future on this channel. I hope that you enjoyed this look at this. I certainly have enjoyed this train. I'm looking forward to checking out more of their trains in the very near future. If you have any feedback you'd like to share with me about what you think about this set, or what you think that I can do more of, or differently, or better with future train reviews, please do share that feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'll be talking to you again very soon.